That we're looking forward to a time when we're all
Hey guys, welcome to Rachel's 80s FunPlace. This is unexpected.
women or men, we're just
The shuttle's going up in space. I haven't seen this since 1986. Just pray that this is a good one. I remember I was 5 going on 6. We're gonna watch the space shuttle go to space. Haven't seen this since the 80s, which I really didn't get to see because you know what happened in 1986. I do not own the rights to this, so if I get flagged, I get flagged. Trying to zoom in here. Just hope nothing happens. I know. Think positive. Think positive.
Gio, give us a sense as we await the clock to start the countdown again. How is the crowd responding in this moment?
It was transitory.
Well, Lindsay, I can tell you the moment we heard all those go, 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 every time we heard that, we heard the crowd cheer here because they are excited. A lot of these folks who are here with me at the Kennedy Space Center have been working on this for years, and so they are very excited to see this
30 years, man, 30 years.
Was actually back in 2022. There was nobody on board. This time there are 4 incredible astronauts who are on board, and they're going to be going off into space. And so everyone here is incredibly excited to see that happen.
No, 40 years ago. Yeah, 40 years ago.
O'Shea,
No, 40 years. I'm wrong. Yeah, not 30 years ago. 40 years ago. God, am I that old? Shit.
And this may be
40 years ago I saw this. Wow. I'm not old.
So living outside of the Earth's atmosphere and outside of its magnetic protective magnetosphere is a big deal. Living under radiation, living on the lunar environment with that incredibly difficult dust you have to deal with on the lunar surface are just challenges that you cannot simulate very well here on Earth. So they have to go there. We have to put boots on the ground. We got to do the real.
It's 40 years ago, not 30. 1986. Wow.
Should be a little easier than living on the surface of the moon because it does have an atmosphere.
Get ready to launch and go to space. Are they going to Mars or what? What planet are they going to? Oh, they're going to Mars.
Scathing poem about the moon.
Yeah, mission to the moon.
Why spend billions of dollars going and leaving this planet when people are not able to pay their rent and struggling paying medical bills back here on Earth? A number of people really have that question. How do you answer that?
40 years ago. 40 years and a couple months.
That was amazing. But, you know, that is a question that comes up often. It can look like a waste of money, but in reality, it is an investment in our future. What we see is that those nations that invest in cutting-edge technologies and cutting-edge science, they are ultimately the winners. When Albert Einstein won his Nobel Prize, when he described the photoelectric effect, he couldn't tell you that in the future, this was going to result in the
I don't own the rights to this.
Much the same way
I just haven't seen this for 40 years. I said 30, 40 years.
To America and to the nation in terms of technology.
January 1986.
Then those new generations are going to reap benefits that we can't even imagine.
Just hopefully this is a good one. Think positive, guys.
It's not exactly the case that if you spend money, you're taking it from somewhere else, right? We see that. Big pots of money comes up when needs come up. But this is just less. NASA's budget is less than 1% of the federal government, and it is an investment that pays off big time.
And we're clear from
Give us a sense, too, because when we look back to the Apollo mission in the 60s, and that was, as you know, a very unsettled time. We believe in the meantime they are about to resume the clock in a moment. But it was a very unsettled time, obviously, in the 60s, as it is today. Some people say that 1968, and if we can see the clock, maybe we can take a live look.
What about 1986?
Resuming the countdown. And Gio, I imagine there was a lot of excitement when that class started.
No, but 1986, because I saw that live on TV.
How I knew it was happening.
The day I broke a mirror and that happened.
There are people who are clapping still here, and they just keep coming.
I was only 5 years old, and I still remember that.
These are all folks here at the Kennedy Space Center who have worked on this.
There it goes.
It's going, guys.
Once it gets to zero, it's at 9:25 now.
Yep, got 9 minutes yet, right?
9 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah. Sort of a pit stop to the rest of the universe.
Countdown almost like for New
Even
Year's.
Mars. That is years away, but this is the beginning, and we could see that history being made within 9 minutes and 11 seconds right there.
9 minutes, the countdown resumes.
Kind of afraid to watch this.
Dr. Oluseyi, as I was mentioning earlier, as we know, President Trump is expected to address the American people tonight about the war.
Yep, 40-year-old countdown. Yep, the shuttle launched. Live stream of the 40-year-old countdown. Yep, 40 years ago, man.
First time, it was an
Can't
unsettling
believe.
time. But many people describe that launch of Apollo 8 as a unifying moment in the country. Do you see some parallels?
Said I try to think
between
positive,
then and
guys.
Well,
I remember that. That was a
do not
school
have a
teacher that went up in
right?
that,
So
and you know what
the
happened.
nation's oldest national astronomy organization, the Astro Society, and we're leading this astronomy.
I don't own the rights to this
celebration
TikTok. I do
250
not
years
own
of
the rights to
American
this.
astronomy in space. So I'm talking to the enthusiasts.
I just
at
wanna
all times.
share
But
it.
At the same time, we do have challenges here in our nation and globally. And that's the thing about us humans, right? While awful things are happening, amazing things are happening. And this is a part of that amazingness that shows you what we're capable of.
Surprised
when we
Trump
work
don't want to
together.
name
So
the moon after
let's,
him.
Keep doing
Or
more.
Mars.
Let's keep investing in our future.
Trump Mars or Mars Trump?
Will last for 10 days. The centerpiece of
Naming
it,
everything
that
else
figure
after
eight
him.
slingshot
I know.
move around the dark side of the moon.
He
If you
named an
wanna look and
airport in
listen.
Florida after him.
Yeah, I saw that last night, I think.
After about a day in orbit, the engine on Orion's service module performs the critical
He named the
trans-lunar
Kennedy
injection
Center
burn,
after
a rocket
him.
boost that will send the astronauts on a free return trajectory toward the moon. This figure-8 flight path uses the Earth and Moon's gravity to take the astronauts around the moon and back home, a journey of more than 230,000 miles. It takes about 4 days to reach the moon, culminating with a lunar flyby. The crew will be the first people
This is
to see the
amazing.
far side
I don't
of the
own the
moon in
rights.
more than 50 years.
TikTok, I don't
NASA
own the
expects
rights.
a
I know you're watching
communications
me.
blackout during this
I just want to
period.
share this.
Earth's gravity then pulls Orion back during its 4-day trip home.
Memories, you know?
Orion is equipped with a heat shield that keeps
I just
the crew
pray
safe from
that they're
re-entry
safe.
temperatures that can reach 5,000 degrees
Because
Fahrenheit.
last time I saw this
The
was in
Orion
1986.
enters
I was
Earth's atmosphere
5, going on
at
6.
25,000 miles per hour, using parachutes and the drag of the atmosphere
So,
to slow
yeah.
its descent to less than 20 miles per hour. The 10-day mission ends with Orion and crew splashing down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California.
And the crew access arm has been retracted. That's what we saw just a few moments ago. That's the way that the astronauts come and go from the spacecraft. And we have mentioned 4 astronauts on board. Reed
Probably
Wiseman,
no
former
restrictions.
NASA chief
I don't own the rights to
astronaut,
this. I
US
just want to
Navy
share
test
this. I don't
pilot.
want to be
He has been
monetized.
165 days
Just let you
in
know.
space before. Sadly, his
There's
wife
3 men and
passed
2
away
women. They
years
can have a
ago from
foursome up
cancer,
there.
and now,
Especially with that hot ass.
Days, he leaves his young girls
Christina
behind.
Cox.
Victor J. Glover Jr., NASA astronaut and
Or
U.S.
they
Navy
pronounce
captain,
it
is
Cook,
actually
I
will be
think.
the first
Oh,
black
God,
man
help
or
me.
Coke.
to go to the moon and beyond. Christina Cook, Artemis II mission
Black guy.
specialist. She holds the record for the longest single space
She's gonna
flight
cook someone,
by a
all
woman.
right.
She's spent 328 days in space, just shy of a year.
There's a
Jerry
Watchman,
Hansen,
there's a
Artemis
Glover,
II mission
there's a
specialist.
Cook, and there's a
Canadian
Hanson.
Space Agency
wonder
astronaut.
if
He'll
it's
be the first
Poopa.
non-American.
I wonder if Boopa comes down as an angel.
He has
Uncle
if
Boomba.
something goes wrong, NASA will have to blame Canada. Gio,
Canada? Why are they blaming Canada?
One
Oh,
of them is a Canadian.
oh, okay, from South Park, as they say, blame Canada all the time. I get it, the joke. South Park.
Away, and that's just incredible.
Less than
You know,
5
one of the
minutes
other things
now,
that's
right?
really
I know.
these astronauts, because I've been able to speak with
5,
a lot
4,
of them, is that,
3,
for lack of a
2,
better phrase,
1.
they're really down to earth. It's being so incredibly smart. They
This
are
is
so down
awesome.
to earth. They are
I don't own the
really
rights to this.
people.
I'm
And
not
one
gonna
thing
get
that
monetized. I just
all
want to have this for
astronauts
Last time
memory.
I watched
They
one
get
of
up in
these
space and
is
they
when
look
they-
out that
when
window
they
and they
crashed.
see that
That's the one in 1986. I was home from school that day, and I watched that, and it's like, I didn't want to bring that up. I know, I haven't seen it since 40 years ago, and
that we are one.
that's when the teacher went on there and she passed because you guys know what happened.
To be up there and see.
I actually want to talk about it because it scars me. I remember it.
328 days in space.
Even though I don't know them, I still feel bad.
You are talking about people who are truly space vets, and they
I'm live on TikTok because I want to share it.
This incredibly monumental task.
And Reed Wiseman, to your point, Gio, talked about being down on Earth and looking up at the moon in recent nights and thinking, the next time I see the same sight from the ground, I will...
Nostalgic look. 1986. AI's having fun right now.
Super exciting. You've been there before. Kind of walk us through the nerves, the excitement, just the magnitude of the moment.
It is pure excitement. I don't recall any nerves. Jeremy especially, this is his first flight, so this is his first opportunity to go into space. And pretty soon, everything's going to become on internal power. They will no longer be connected to external power. And then we've got 2 minutes to go.
And we're looking at pictures of you, Susan, when you were in space. Of course, astronaut is a Greek word for star sailor.
Wow, I never knew that. That's cool.
We know that it's just going to take 8 minutes, Susan, for them to get into orbit. Give us a little preview of what we're about to see.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I learned in Argentina, though, that the Greek word for cemetery is a Greek word for the bedroom, but forever. I know. I learned that too. I'm like, oh, that's creepy. It's creepy. So basically, when I go to sleep, I'm going in my cemetery. That's not good.
It's almost like it levitates off the pad. It's not like it zooms off the pad. It basically levitates off the pad. And then it quickly gets up within a minute, supersonic speeds. And in 2 minutes, the rockets are going to come off. And it goes up to, I think, 4 Gs to get to 17,500 miles an hour.
Wow, 40 years ago, guys.
Approaching the 2 minute mark. Just want to listen in for a moment.
Just pray the people are okay.
Internal, taking ground power away, and now going to battery power.
People, it's just so bad.
Let's go for upper stage.
Less than 2 minutes.
Our power is removed from the rocket's upper stage. The ICPS, and it's been switched to battery. Same milestone for the lower core stage coming up at T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Right now, the 4-person Artemis 2 crew is 248,000 miles away from the moon. And if all goes well, they will fly by it in 6 days. TLS is go from core stage to internal power. All right, there's the rocket's core stage, which houses 3 flight computers. It's now on its own power. There's no more hold time because there's no more margin on these batteries. So we would have to recycle back to T-minus 10 to recharge if we had a hold.
Sorry, guys. I think I'm on restriction, but I'm just sharing this to have for myself.
1 minute. Right now, the rocket does not know what the T0 is, but coming up at T-minus 33 seconds, control shifts from the ground launch sequencer to the rocket's
To bring back memories.
launch sequencer, or ALS. The rocket will count itself down. But
I don't own the rights to this, and I know I'm not going to be monetized. I just want to share it TikTok.
Houston will take control of the rocket, and my colleague Gary Jordan will take over commentary.
Been 40 years, man.
ALS, go for ALS. Great call out. The rocket is on its own. 4 brave explorers ready to ride the most powerful rocket NASA has ever launched.
I'll be honest, we need to pray for these people, I tell you.
Sound suppression water.
I'm not preaching, but we need to pray for them.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8,
Keep them safe.
7,
Keep them safe.
RS-25 engines late. 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. And liftoff. The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.
Good roll pitch. Roger, roll pitch.
Houston,
now controlling the flight of Integrity on the Artemis 2 mission around the moon.
Integrity, AMT high. AMT high.
On time passing 30 seconds until the flights. Integrity passes the alternate beacon. Target milestone. Mission Control Houston seeing good performance on the intentions. Space launch system core stage. Integrity 3 miles in altitude. Traveling more than 1,200 miles per hour.
See, I don't get to watch myself, so I'll be too busy.
Humanity's next great voyage begins. We just heard it here that the baton has been passed from launch control in Florida to mission control in Houston. Gio, give us a sense of what you're seeing and feeling on the ground there.
Lindsay, I cannot look away, quite frankly. I cannot look away because this is just so spectacular. You are talking about a spacecraft that has just made the entire ground here just shake. It vibrates up your body. I always tell people,
Praise
sure your
people,
feet are
make
on
it
the ground.
safe, make it
sure
safe.
that you are feeling it. And we are seeing a gorgeous liftoff here. There is not a cloud in the sky. All of Florida at this point should have been able to see that launch and still see this out in the sky, just as you're seeing it right there on TV right now. It's truly incredible. The sounds you feel, the emotion you feel as that vibration moves through your body.
I know it does, don't it?
A mission with so much promise.
Oh, God.
You see the faces there, all eyes looking
Everything's
upward,
okay, though, right?
capturing this moment.
Yeah, it's okay.
Rocket
Okay.
boosters are about to
Everything's
separate.
okay.
They have just separated. What a day for humanity and space exploration, Dr. Oluche.
That's amazing.
My goodness. I was holding
Pray
my
they're
breath.
okay.
I'm always both excited and scared during a launch. This is spectacular. I wish I was there.
I understand,
No one really
dude, because
expects
I
to be
remember
able to
being
bear witness
5
to
years
something
old
like
seeing
this. As I
this.
said earlier, if you're under the age of 55, you haven't seen it. What does it mean to you to see this?
Well, this is
Under the age 55.
We are now
I'm
going
45 and I seen it in
back to the
1986.
moon. We are a new America. We are
Not a
new
good
planet
experience.
Earth. And now this is the next step. This is the very beginning. And hopefully this will become a common occurrence.
Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the likes.
250,000-mile trip that they are about to take to get to the moon. Susan, give us a sense of your reaction here.
I think it was picture perfect. It couldn't have been any better. They've still got a few minutes before main engine cutoff when they get in orbit. But so far, everything's looking perfect.
And Dr. Ariane Anderson, I want to bring you in if you can hear me. Give us a sense of the physiological changes that the crew is going through in this moment.
We see you sail on board, Stan. And as you loud and clear on TV at the common line.
Back in their seats, which is part of the reason that they lay down flat when they load into the Orion capsule.
I can
And
see it
then
on
once
here,
they
though.
reach that MECO, that main engine cutoff, they'll be waiting. Their bodies will start adapting over the next few hours and then few days to be better prepared to live and work in space.
And talk to us about the medical system that's on board Orion and the health medical research that they have. Well, first, I do want to take a listen in again. Doctor, I want to bring you back in there. Same question to you. The medical system on board on Orion and the health medical research that they have access to as well.
Well, the cornerstone of this mission really is looking at how the human being integrates into a larger engineering system like a rocket ship. So, a lot of the systems on the rockets, they behave predictably. We can test them to failure. But the human being, are prone to failure randomly. At night, I could go home and have appendicitis. But then we also are resilient.
What are they talking about?
Creative. And so the big point of this mission is really this, how our human systems, how the life support systems help support our crew, and make sure that this vehicle, the workforce as we push further and further to the moon and further into space.
Three engine prep.
Remember?
Integrity, of course, the name that the crew actually
land
gave
on the planet of
their
the apes.
spacecraft.
Seconds of mission elapsed. Time into the Artemis 2 mission.
laugh.
At this point, 3 good main
I
engines
can't help
are
it.
needed to carry integrity to a nominal main engine cutoff target.
Oh my God.
4 good engines here in Mission Control, Houston. Integrity, 75 miles an hour to 330 miles downrange.
I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
Miles per hour.
10,000 miles per hour. We just saw a few fist bumps, and of course, applause there on the ground. And that capsule
Wow.
is the
Thank
size
you, guys.
of 2 minivans.
Thank you, alter
have
egos.
4 people who are going to be spending the next 10 days. Of course, there's a little more
Wow.
space actually because no gravity in there. You can actually kind of float around.
No gravity.
above.
Yeah, no gravity. It's everything.
Susan, I understand that it's typical for these missions for you to bring a little stuffed animal, and I understand that they have a little plushie that was actually designed by a second grader.
Thank you for the likes, you guys. Thank you for the
plushie
likes. I
named
do not own the
Rise,
rights to this.
actually,
I just wanted to
and
share it.
is the
People who
official
can't get
zero-G
access.
indicator, an object that
I didn't know this was
is
gonna be on
designed to
tonight.
indicate to
I
the
was
crew when they're
caught off
able to
guard.
float, because of course they are strapped in.
I'm like,
They
I
do
got
have
to see it.
something
I haven't seen it for
similar
40
like us. You
years,
kind of
but
wait
yeah.
to see that
40 years ago, I don't
stuffed
want to think
animal
about that.
float to get a sense of that you have reached the official zero G.
Lindsay, we did not, and I don't know when that became popular, but as soon as the engine's cut off, even though you're strapped in, you float into the strap. And so you know it instantly.
Mission elapsed time. Throttling down as we approach the abort once around option. Milestone at the 7-minute 30-second mark.
And we are about to hear
Now
main
84 miles an
engine
altitude.
cutoff or
600
MECO.
miles downrange, traveling more than 15,000 miles per hour.
Integrity, AOA open. AOA open.
Thank you for the likes. Thank you for sharing the
Window
live.
is now open for an
Sorry,
abort once around option that would target splashdown in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
Still following nominal
Flat right
ascent
now.
at this time.
Dr. Oluche, give us an understanding of once they arrive at the moon in several more days.
Launch system core stage.
As we're hearing now, they're about to have the engine cut off in 10 seconds.
Core stage separation.
They may not even have to really use their engines because a lot of this slingshot maneuver, as we're describing, a lot of it, the pull of the gravity from the moon will bring them back.
Yes, when you are a physics student, sometimes you take a class called orbital mechanics. And what you learn is that motion in space is not like motion here on the surface of the Earth. You actually are doing orbits no matter where you're going.
We just need to see him on board, Stan.
Listening in for the clues to see where we are right now.
We have a nominal main engine cutoff heading in the right trajectory on the way to swing around the moon. Core stage has separated, done its job. The Space Launch System upper stage, the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, or ICPS, still attached to the Orion spacecraft.
Susan, it sounds like this has been a textbook launch. Everything has
9
gone
minutes
exactly
of
as
mission elapsed.
as
Crew and Reed
planned.
Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Cook.
That's exactly right, Lindsay. It was excellent.
The beginning of their journey to the moon.
Dr. Anderson, I want to bring you back in here. I understand that you just returned from a Mars Desert Research Station in Utah, trying to understand how to survive in Mars, because that could be the ultimate step here that this mission is heading us toward. What did that entail?
Yeah, so we have a course at the University of Colorado where we take engineering students and we teach them kind of the fundamentals of medicine and how that might apply in a spaceflight environment. We believe that the solutions to a lot of the challenges around human health in spaceflight are going to require medical operations, they're going to require clinicians, and they're going to require engineers. So our goal is to get folks together, put them through complex simulations, and start working the problem and figuring out how we can keep people healthy and happy and productive on the moon or Mars.
And what are some possible medical advances in particular that could ultimately result from a mission like this?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, I think we want to be sure that this vehicle performs the way we expect. One thing that people keep talking about is radiation. The radiation environment outside of the Earth's atmosphere and outside of the Earth's orbit is much higher. And so we want to better understand how
I think it's terrible that
particles might affect human beings, and that can translate back
Katie
to
gotta work
therapeutics
so
and approaches
long.
to human health.
Oh, I know.
What, you gotta work till the
And of course,
6th?
Dr. Olashey,
I'm not sure, actually.
This geopolitical race. Give us a sense of why we are trying to get back to the moon before China, for example.
Yeah, you have China, you have the European Space Agency, and you have a lot of private companies that are setting their sights on the moon. But yet and still, NASA is still the leader. And this is a demonstration of NASA's technical leadership. But one thing I also want to mention is we went to a visualization, and conspiracy theorists have hit on the fact that we get video close to ground, but then we go to a visualization in space. And that's because there isn't a second camera up there to look at the spacecraft. So it is not a conspiracy. It is the best you can do.
That's confirmed. We also have the visors are confirmed.
Susan, what are you watching for as a former NASA astronaut as you're watching these pictures?
Their launch and entry suit.
I'm looking towards the next steps. So the next big one is the solar array deploying.
Not as